Alright, so I've got my last build here, and I've taken the thumb safety out. When you put the thumb safety in a 1911, you got to have the hammer back. When you pull the hammer back on a 1911, the top part of the sear goes back and engages the hammer hooks. That allows the bottom part of the sear to go forward a little bit. It pivots on this pin right here. And when the bottom part goes forward, that leaves enough space to clear this part of the thumb safety. And when the thumb safety goes in, it goes in sort of a middle position. See that? It's not all the way down, and it's not all the way up. It's right in the middle. When you put it in a middle position, that allows this to clear the frame right here, because that would bump into the frame here if the safety were all the way in the down position. So it's in the middle. That allows this to clear, and once that clears the frame, it can go down, and the frame then will fit into this space between this and that surface. So that's why it can't be all the way down. It can't be all the way up, because this surface that we've filed would then tend to bump into the lower part of the sear that it presses against when it's engaged. So I suppose maybe you could cram it in when it's in that up position, but it goes in nicely in the middle position. Then it can go down, or you can engage it, and you saw that that took some force there because it's shoving firmly against the bottom of the sear, pushing it forward, locking it in place against the hammer there. Alright, so that's how that works. Unfortunately, and in my vast experience of building two pistols, I have not seen this before. This won't go in. So I've been procrastinating, sort of, just because it's just another problem I gotta figure out, and I don't want to screw up the thumb safety. I've tapped on it some, and I don't know if you can see a mark that's left there. That's from this impacting the sear. So that's roughly where the line should be. But the problem is, if I don't file this off perfectly, it'll be too loose and it'll be worthless. Or it'll allow the hammer to fall down to the half-cock notches, and that's not any better, really. Well, it's better than nothing. Better than shooting yourself in the knee. So what I think I'm going to do is just start by knocking this corner off and see if that'll allow me to get this in there. If so, that's good enough. Then what I'll do is I'll start filing parallel. This should be parallel to that surface. So you file this down parallel to this surface, and this is what presses against the bottom part of the sear. Alright, so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and use this number 2 pillar file instead of that needle file, and go ahead and try to get that surface correct, flat and parallel with this surface. And I think if I don't take it too far, oh, I love this file, just love it. If I don't take it too far, I think it should fit, and then it should still have a little bit of meat left for the fitting. Boy, this file really puts a nice surface on there, and it just cuts so smoothly. link below. It's a Nicholson that I got off Amazon. It's a really nice file. Alright, let's see if it fits into the frame. Don't want to take too much. Okay, I am so lucky. I could have screwed this thing up so easily. So you can see when I put it in the correct position, it doesn't go in. Did you see that? I set it down and it jiggled and it fell in. That's how close it is. And part of the problem is that this shaft is kind of a loose fit here. See that? Okay, honestly, alright, and I complain a lot. Ask my wife. I complain about everything. But that's crap, in my opinion. It shouldn't jiggle like that. It shouldn't be so loose. And remember, this is a proprietary safety that's made for this frame. This is not just a regular 1911 frame. It's got a different trigger. It's got these different grip safeties. Actually takes magazines that some dude custom makes. It's got a custom beaver tail grip safety. So this is the only one you can get. So it's not like I can get a different one that's going to fit better. This is it. So that kind of sucks, in my opinion. Anyway, this thing drops in there. If it jiggles just right, there you go. You just drop the gun and it falls in. That's okay. That's great. But you see now it'll go down all the way. It went in this intermediate position, and it goes down now. Now that it's inside this surface of the frame. Okay, after I did the test fit, it dropped in, and it goes just about perfectly onto safe. Now I can pull the trigger hard, and if you remember my last build, I had put in the safety from my first build. It wasn't fit perfectly. It wasn't custom fit to that gun, and what I would do is I would pull the trigger somewhat hard, and the sear was being allowed to move just a few thousandths, and then when I took it off safe, because the sear nose was just moving a teeny tiny little bit against the hammer hooks, when I brought it off safe, the hammer would fall down to the half cock notch. But look at that. Alright, so I got lucky, and that is perfect. So, whew, totally lucky.